Hi there, and welcome to Operation Carpe Diem. I'm your host, Caitlin, and here we help business owners seize their opportunity for success. Ready to start seizing your day? Let's dive right in. Do you play any games on your phone? For me, I have a handful of games that I really enjoy playing. When I was a bit younger, I used to play Minecraft Pocket Edition. I might want to get back into that one. Call me old, but I'm really enjoying solitaire right now. And I also really enjoy cooking games where you have like this restaurant and you have to make and serve all of the orders, but maybe that's just a testament to my waitressing background. There is this one game that I have though. It's a fairly new download to my iPhone, and it's really made me think about the way we run businesses. It's an idle game called Eat Venture, and you go through these different restaurants and grow your business from a lemonade stand to full-scale restaurants, offering different menu items, hiring employees, getting better ingredients to raise your prices, marketing to attract new customers, and learning new skills to make your food faster. Now, I could probably go through and make an episode on each of these characteristics of the game individually. And if my last podcast series taught me anything, it's that I can talk way longer than I thought about the things that I have on any given list. But today, I want to really focus in on this idea: what is unique about idle games specifically? Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of idle games, essentially they do tasks in the background while you're not necessarily playing the app personally. For example, if my restaurant is serving 4 customers at a time with 3 different menu items, the little characters in the game, the chefs, the cashiers, waiters, etc., will continue to cook food and serve customers even while my app is closed and cleared off my background apps too. Like, don't come at me about battery life right now. These employees will continue to take orders, cook, and serve for as long as I'm away or as long as the app allows them to without me coming back to actually make the coins in the game. Right now, there's a max away time of 3 hours, so it will stop serving after 3 hours. So how is this like your business? Well, like this idle game can have tiny chefs cooking while you're away doing something else. You probably have systems and workflows in place in your business to take care of certain tasks while you're doing something else. Maybe you have an editor that takes care of your editing workflow, or an album designer, or a CRM, which is a client management system, to help automate your emails or auto-populate your to-do list or send out contracts. Maybe you have a shop set up in your gallery delivery system like CloudSpot. And at any given time, you could have some coins of your own hitting your bank account without you being physically in your business taking that order personally. Are you with me yet? Even if you don't have employees or don't have employees yet, and you're a solopreneur, you have little things that can help you spend less time in your business and more time with what matters to you, like your family, friends, anything really. You have little things or big things in your business that help you make money, even if you're not physically sitting at your laptop. But something happens when you do come back to your business. If money were so easily made away from our businesses, we wouldn't need this podcast, right? We'd all be making bukus in our sleep. In this game, whenever I come back to collect the coins my tiny cooks made for me while I was away, I notice they're all kind of standing there in the kitchen, no customers in sight. Then, like a herd of cattle, they all come rushing into the diner or cafe or whatever restaurant level I'm on. They're ready to be served, tips in hand, and my systems are working like a well-oiled technological machine. Something magical happens when you are present in your business. When you're giving your business your full, undivided attention, being fully aware of what's going on, what's coming in, what's selling, what's profiting most, etc. Now, wait a second. I thought one of the key points of Operation Carpe Diem was to spend less time in your business and more time with the people you love, right? Work shouldn't be your whole life. You said that in the trailer, Caitlin. Are you changing your mind? I need to work 24/7 now? What's going on? If you're thinking this, you are 100% right. Working less is a big part of this podcast. I did say that. But so is seizing your opportunity for growth and success. And there's a big difference from being present in your business and working all the time. So let me break it down for you. Now, before I had a podcast of my own, I used to speak a lot on other podcasts and even in classes about the concept of time management. I learned this really early on in my career, and I always try to pass this little piece of advice on whenever I can. And it's going to sound crazy, but it compares us as people, us as business owners, us in general, to airplanes. Now, I know you're thinking, Caitlin, last week it was cars, now it's airplanes, but stick with me for just a second. An airplane uses the majority of its fuel during takeoff and landing. Out of the entire trip, the majority of the fuel that it burns on that entire trip is not burned whenever it's just cruising for thousands of miles in the air. It's whenever it's taking off. If we want to go back to that car metaphor that we've been talking about for the past few weeks, when you look at your gas mileage, your MPG, on a long car trip, you're not using the most fuel when you're cruising at 70 miles an hour down the interstate, right? You're using the most fuel when you're fluctuating your speeds. When you brake all of a sudden because the car in front of you cuts you off, and you have to speed back up a little bit in order to get back into the flow of traffic, that's when you're using the most fuel. So whenever we use that to think about the day-to-day activities and the day-to-day tasks of your business, you are setting in cruise control whenever you are focused on a task. You are taking off your airplane whenever you are getting focused on that task. And whenever your kids need something, or your husband just has to tell you something right that second, or whatever it might be that interrupts that task, that's whenever you have to emergency land the plane that you were on, walk over to your tiny helicopter, take off again to focus on a different task. Quick little side trip, land that helicopter, and then go back to your jet. Take off again so you can start cruising and becoming focused on that task that you were doing. Are you with me? When a client emails you with a long list of questions and you sit down to start writing that response email back to them, you are taking off. Whenever you are writing that email, you are in the zone, you are cruising down the interstate at your highest MPG, right? Whenever you get interrupted, whether it be from a notification from your phone, a person, maybe you're focused on the TV that's in the background, whatever it is that interrupts you, that's whenever you have to emergency land that plane. Every time you get interrupted, every single ding that comes from your phone, you are emergency landing that plane and then having to take off one more time to refocus and finish that task. How much more streamlined would your business be if those little interactions, those little distractions weren't causing you to emergency land your plane, weren't causing you to brake hard all of a sudden, just to take back off again, just to speed back up to the flow of traffic? How much quicker would you be able to get things done? I know that as a business owner, it is so easy to sit and say the work is never done. There is always another task we could be doing in our business, right? Whether it's updates to our website or starting that project that we've been postponing for a year, or just general day-to-day management stuff, right? There's always something else that we could improve on, that we could be doing to make our businesses stronger. And even though I am sitting in this chair talking to you through this podcast right now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my work days look perfect. My office hours sometimes get shifted. Sometimes I might be procrastinating a task a little bit. Some days I might just feel blah and completely unmotivated to work, and that's okay. Your life, your work day is not going to look perfect because we're human. But the more that we use these little bits of time management in our life, and whenever we are running our businesses, the more we are present in our businesses, and the more we can be present in our day-to-day lives too. In this idle game, you can earn gems or diamonds in order to upgrade things. You have your coins, and that can upgrade your food and your skills and everything, but with your gems, one of the upgrades that you can buy is more time offline. You can upgrade your max offline time. Remember how I said you had to come back every 3 hours to collect those coins? As you level up, as you get more diamonds, you are able to upgrade that 3 hours. And instead of 3 hours, now it's 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or however many times you upgrade it. That's what we're doing the more that we say yes to time management and being completely focused on our business while we're at work. And then saying, yes, I'm going to be completely present in my family or in my friendships or in myself after that laptop is closed, right? The more that we say, I am working from X time to X time, and then after that, that time belongs to whatever it is that I enjoy, the more that we can give to each of those respectively, the more time we'll have for the other, right? It goes hand in hand. When you are completely focused on your business for X number of hours, and you are only focused on that, you are more productive than if you're trying to multitask. When you are not constantly taking off and landing your plane, your focus, you don't have to feel like you have to come back to your business every 3 hours to collect those coins. You don't have to feel like you have to come back to your business every 3 hours in order to stay present in your business. You don't have to work 24/7 to be present in your business. What does have to happen though is when you're in your business, you are in your business. Your mind is fully in your business, and you are giving your business 110%. And whenever you give your business 110% during those work hours, you get to give your family, your friends, your hobbies, yourself, whatever you enjoy. You get to give that 110% after that laptop closes at whatever time you end work. That laptop closes at 5 p.m. and stays closed, and your family, your friends, your interests get the rest of that time. That time doesn't belong to your business anymore. It belongs back in its rightful hands. Yours. When you really give in to this concept of time management, of really being present and focused in your business whenever it's work time, you get to stop doing things in your business all willy-nilly. You get to truly understand your workflow, how it runs, when tasks need to be done, instead of just checking things off of your to-do list because they're on your to-do list. And this in turn gives you even more freedom. Whenever you know your workflow. I mean, really know your workflow. Why things are being done the way that they're being done and when they need to be done. You can start to automate these workflows. That way, things are happening whenever you aren't fully present in your business, right? We're setting up those opportunities for you to put coins in your bank account whenever you're not there personally taking orders for your prints in your print shop. We are setting up automated emails. That way your client guides or your shipping notifications or whatever it may be can be sent out without you physically pressing the button on your laptop. I mean, come on, you can't tell me that it wouldn't feel amazing to have an inquiry call with a client. Set a workflow to send out your proposals and your contracts and then book them while you're playing with your children. You can't tell me that it wouldn't feel amazing to go to bed at night, wake up, check your email, and see 10 notifications for new print orders. To simply make money in your sleep. You can't tell me that it wouldn't feel amazing to have a workflow set up where you open your task sheet for the first time in the morning and see that all of your client questionnaires got sent out and you didn't have to do a thing. You just clocked in and you already have a major task checked off of your to-do list, dozens of emails maybe, just because of simple workflows and systems that you can put in place whenever you are focused on your business when you're in your business. This may sound like a dream to you right now, and that's okay. Whenever I first started my business, I thought that this was a dream too. As a perfectionist, it is so easy for me to sit and say, I need to personally do everything, every single task in my business, or else it won't be done correctly. But that's just simply not true, right? We may be picky in our businesses. We may treat them like they are our own children. But we are not the only ones who can do these tasks. And if you're worried about that, start with emails. You can write an email yourself. And if you don't want it to be automated, copy it into a Word document or a Google Doc or whatever you use. That way, the next time you have to send something, you can copy and paste it. There are things in your business, no matter how big or small, that you can do in order to regain minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months back into your life. Since I love leaving you with a little something to think about at the ends of these episodes, I want you to think about your business. How many hours do you spend working in your business? How many hours of family time, of time with your friends, time with your pets, time for your hobbies, time with yourself are you sacrificing for your business? How would your life look different? How would your life be better if you could regain some of that time that you are sacrificing? What would you do with an extra hour every day? With an extra 30 minutes even? Those 30 minutes every day add up quick. What would you do if you didn't have to work so much? It's possible. You don't have to come back to your business every 3 hours to collect those coins. Think about where you are. And to start, just to start, think about one thing that you can do in order to regain some of that lost time, some of that time that you're sacrificing. If your workday is all over the place, think about how you can regain some of that focus. How can you create stricter boundaries within your life in order to spend more time with the people you love? How can you say, these are the times that I work, and these are the times that I spend on other things, the things that I enjoy, right? We love our jobs. You probably did not become an entrepreneur if you did not love what you were doing. But I'm sure you love your family more. I'm sure you love your friends more. And I'm sure that you have other interests outside of whatever your business is. How can you focus more and be fully present in your business in order to be fully present elsewhere? And if you have a great system going, a great time management system, what's something that you can start automating in your business that can save you 30 minutes a week, an hour a week, an hour a day? What's something that is taking up so much of your time that you don't need to be doing? And then I want you to think, what can you do with that time instead? I think that's the biggest thing here. I don't care how scared you are of letting a piece of your business go. I'm a perfectionist. I know all about it. I know what it is like to hand over a piece, a little part even, of something that you've spent so much time, energy, and money on. I know what that's like. But is that thing that you just said that you would do if you had more time away from your business, is that worth it? I know for me, relinquishing a little bit of control in order to have more time for more of my passions, that's worth it to me. And I think it's worth it to you too, or else you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. You wouldn't be trying to make the most out of your day, the most out of your business, if it didn't matter to you, if it wasn't worth it. So let's go implement this change together. Let's go make the most out of our business today, the most out of that time we have working, so we can make the most out of the time that we have with our families, the most out of our time. Let's reclaim our time and stop letting work claim it. Oh, I feel like we need an amen after that. Let's go take our time back and find me on Instagram. Tell me what you're going to do with all of this new time. I can't wait to cheer you on, friend. Thank you for listening to Operation Carpe Diem. If you liked what you heard, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow along on Instagram at Caitlin Wilcox Photography. That's CAITLIN Wilcox Photography. Until next time, let's go seize the day.